各位鄉親時代聽眾朋友大家好，歡迎收聽小人物上籃。今天是一個特別的集 because we are making history in our 10 years of doing this show. On our number 535 episode, we have an NBA player coming on to share his journey with us. He has very, very interesting basketball upbringing. He actually grew up in Anse, Belgium, with an American father. If you know him, Barry Mitchell, former CBA player. Our guest today also moved to France when he was 17 to play with the U18 team with Wemby and many others. And he also played on the Senior Pro Basketball League in 2019 and 2020. And then he came to California with our neighbors, UC Santa Barbara. He was one of the best players in the history of UC Santa Barbara. Between 2021 to 2024. He made the two-time first-team All Big West and Big West Player of the Year. And then with that kind of resume, nobody is surprised that he was drafted in 2024 by the Knicks, but then immediately traded to OKC. And now he's a guard, one of the most productive guards, on track to make the all-rookie first team. Before going down to due to an injury. Without further ado, please welcome from Oklahoma City Thunder, Ajay Mitchell.
Hi guys, Ajay Mitchell here for a little guy's layup. Xiao Renwu Shanlan.
Yeah, AJ, good job.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, man. How you doing? How's everything?
Good. Everything's good. Rehab's been good, so pretty excited about that.
Yeah, how's your toe?
Feeling better, getting much better.
Yeah.
I got out of the boot last week, so getting progress every day. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, who are not paying attention to his toe, AJ suffered a turf toe before, and initially it was just rest, but then later on turned out to be surgery required. But since the surgery, the good thing about the surgery is that then you'll be ready for the playoffs. That the team values you so much. Is it your first time ever being out for so long?
Yeah, it's my first major injury. I think before that, the longest I was out was probably 3 weeks, something like that. So it's definitely first big injury. Yeah.
So how are you doing? How are you coping with that mentally?
Pretty good. I think it really helps to have great people around me, just my close circle, and then the whole Thunder organization has been awesome, just helping me through it and just making me feel like I'm part of the team every day, even with being out with an injury. So it's been awesome, and yeah, I think it's definitely hard, but I kind of looked at it as a challenge, and I think just more an opportunity to get better. So I think it's going in the right direction, and I'm grateful to be in this position, even though I'm hurt, being able to be part of this team and be able to just get better every day. So it's exciting.
Oh, good to hear. So what do you do apart from rehab? Because you can't do 16 hours of rehab a day. So what's your day like? Off day and also game day.
Most of the time it'll be rehab, and then I'll get a lift, and then sometimes we'll do cardio. Most of the time cardio. So just to stay in shape and obviously just get stronger, get better. And then I started getting on the court, just stationary, not moving, but being able to just feel the ball, shoot. So it's been good to get back out there.
Good to know. Well, we look forward to you coming back on court. It's been exciting watching you play. So can we talk about your upbringing? Because that's very, very, very interesting. We talk about your basketball journey and then how it leads to the NBA. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so the one of the most interesting part is actually you grew up in Belgium. You actually live and grew up in Belgium all your life until you're 17.
Yeah.
What's the basketball scene in Belgium is like, and how's the competition? Did you know or even play with Toumani Camara?
I never played with him or against him. Yeah. He's a little older than me, so I saw him play, and then he left Belgium, I think pretty early. I think he left in high school, so I never really got a chance to play against him or with him. But I remember when I was growing up and he was already playing, I think under 16. So I saw him play, and I mean like you said, the competition in Belgium I think was was pretty good. I think for me, just being able to play for the national team when I was 16 and then when I was 17, and just being able to play with the best Belgian players at that time, at that age. And I think it was very competitive, had a lot of great players. And yeah, I mean, that's where I kind of learned how to play basketball. So it's always special to me. And I mean, yeah, Belgium really helped me to get where I'm at today.
Yeah, that's I mean, because it's very rare, and now we have two
Yeah.
in the NBA. Yeah, yeah. When you go back to Belgium, how do people see you?
I mean, they see me the same. I think when I usually go back, most of the time I only see family. So family's family doesn't change. I think
Yeah.
for a lot of people of the outside, I think it's just you get a little bit more recognition, especially in the
Yes.
basketball world. I think a lot of people like realize that I'm in the NBA, and so I think it's for me
Right.
it's awesome to see, and I think it also gives a lot of kids in Belgium that play basketball just the opportunity to see that it's possible to be from Belgium and to be in the NBA.
Yes.
So it's always great to see, and I love going back and seeing people like really cheering for me, being happy. So it's awesome.
Is basketball a big thing in Belgium?
It got bigger. It's getting bigger. Soccer is the main sport, and I think it'll kind of always be. But basketball is definitely growing, so it's cool to see.
The basketball is growing because of you and Tamari.
Yeah,
And I say that because it's very important to see someone that represents you and someone you could associate with and see how they pave the way and see it's possible.
yeah,
People need role models.
yeah.
So you're doing that. You're changing the basketball scene in Belgium for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
So and then after Belgium, you got to play with Wemby. Are you surprised at all to see what kind of achievement he's gotten so far?
No, I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I mean, I think even seeing him at a young age at that time, already like practicing and playing with the pros, and I think he always had that mindset of a worker. Like he was always in the gym, and he's very competitive. So I'm not surprised at all. He has great athletic tools, but I think his mindset is what really like makes him the player he is. So I'm not surprised, and I'm really happy for him.
I mean, we all seen like the clips of young Wemby playing basketball, and he was frustrated even when the opponent makes a shot. I was like, oh, that's a lot of that's some strong competitive in like a high school gym. So do you guys stay in touch? Did you text him?
Not that much. I know my mom is still pretty close with his mom, so they stay in touch.
Oh wow.
And yeah, so yeah, I hear from him a little bit.
Okay. And the one thing that people talk about a lot, European basketball versus American or even NBA basketball, right? People talk about the difference a lot, and we've seen NBA player go into the Olympics and struggle playing FIBA basketball. So I mean, clearly it's a whole different games. And so, in your eyes, how are they different? What was like the biggest adjustments for European players playing come here?
I think for European players getting to the NBA, even getting to college in the United States, I think the athleticism is a little different. I think there's a lot of stronger, faster, bigger athletes in America. So I think that was one of the adjustment for me, just getting used to that athleticism, that physicality, and then I think something that we already had in Europe that I think is just like a lot of fundamentals and just the IQ, like knowing the game. I think even when you look at guys like Jokic and all those guys that are Europeans played in Europe at the highest level, and you see them get to the NBA and they know the game very well. So I think the IQ and just the fundamentals of basketball, I think, is something that people really focus on in Europe. And I think it really helped me just to understand the game. And it really helped me when I got to college to just be kind of a step ahead of some players just by knowing the
Right.
game and having those
Mm-hmm.
fundamentals. And then, yeah, I think it also helped me going to college and be playing against athletic, like really athletic guys, just to get used to that and become a better athlete.
Is that the reason why you decided to come to the States?
I think it was always a dream of mine to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
I think my dad went to college. My sister went to Wisconsin to play volleyball. So
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to play college sports. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and once I started getting recruited, it started getting clear in my mind that that's what I really wanted to do. So it was always one of my goals.
Yeah. So what's it like playing 3 years? Yeah, 3 years of NCAA and actually making to the tourney.
Yeah, no, it was great. I really enjoyed all 3 years. Loved the university, loved the people there, and it was a great experience all around. And then, yeah, going to the tournament was an awesome experience. Just playing at the highest stage in college basketball against Baylor, who was a really good team. So I think it
Yeah.
just helped me get even more experience, and it was just great to be part of that team and being able to play in that tournament.
And you grew. I mean, your game blossomed by a whole lot in those 3 years. I mean, you went from a rookie to a 25-5 player
Mhm.
in your third year. What made you? How was the adjustment initially, and then how did you? I mean, one of the hardest things as an athlete is to keep growing and stop, never stop peaking, right? So how did you make that jump?
I think just looking at every year as an opportunity to get better. I think when I
Hmm.
got to college, I feel like the first challenge was going to be being able to play right away. So I think for me, it
Hmm.
was like getting to college and being ready to play. And then I think
Hmm.
every single year was just like, okay, after my freshman year, okay, how can I become a
Hmm.
better player? Work on all those
Hmm.
points, and then same thing for my sophomore year going to my junior year. I think it was just every year trying to take a step to become a better player, and also just
Hmm.
challenging myself, like knowing that I had a good year, but I want to have an even better year,
Right.
and then
Right.
every year keeping that on, and then obviously I think just the coaching. I think the coaching staff just helping me with knowing what I have to work on and
Hmm.
being in the gym with me and helping me getting better.
So one question that I ask the players a lot, and I also ask the trainer, I also ask the coach, is how do you develop basketball IQ? Because this is something that is like, oh, it's basketball IQ, and then so easy to say, but man, how do you actually develop that part of you?
I think I always kind of like growing up, it was always something that we were taught was like how to play the game, how to make the right
Mm-hmm.
read. And then I think
Mm-hmm.
as you get older, I think it's more about watching film and being able to like
Okay.
dissect the game. Like watching a possession where you scored and being like, okay, how
Mm-hmm.
did I score? Like what happened during that possession that helped me score? And then I
Mm-hmm.
think just being able to watch the game that way, and then also being able to like watch my mistakes and being
Mm-hmm.
able to just learn from them. I think watching film, being like, okay, I made a mistake here. Why did I do
Mm-hmm.
it? And like what really happened? And I think just having that in mind, and then keep watching the game, keep watching the game, keep learning from guys. I think just having people around that can really help me elevate my game on the IQ level. And most of it is really film, watching film on other
Mm-hmm.
players, but also watching film on myself and what I've been doing on the
Mm-hmm.
court. And I think that's really
Mm-hmm.
how you can develop IQ is by watching your mistakes, watching what you've done good, and just learn from
Mm-hmm.
it and build on it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's fair. I mean, because that one thing I pick up from your videos, from your clips, highlights, is that you always seem very poised.
Hmm.
You know what to do, and you don't see that often. Because sometimes we could tell like, rookie mistake, but you know what you were doing. So if you were to drive, you drive with determination. If you were to pass, there was no hesitation midway.
Hmm.
So that was very impressive. Yeah. So keep moving forward. So from there, obviously, I mean, you're player of the year award in the Big West. But when was the thought of becoming an NBA player came to your mind? When was the first time ever? Like apart from like being three and shoot hoops in your backyard.
I mean, yeah, I think I always thought I was going to be an NBA player in a way that not that I was like, oh, I'll be an NBA player, but in my mind, it was always like, I want to be an NBA player. So growing up, it was always like a goal of mine.
So even since you were three shooting hoops
I was like,
in your backyard, you were thinking about like NBA player.
I want to be in the NBA someday. And then I think obviously seeing my dad play, and then I think just growing up, like watching like players like LeBron, and I was like, I want to be at that stage. I want to be in the NBA. And then the first time I realized that I was pretty close was probably after the NCAA tournament my sophomore year, where I was I was like, I think I really have a good chance if I just keep working and just get better next year and see where I can go. And then I think I mean, it went really well, and yeah, I got the opportunity after my third year to enter that draft process, and yeah, it was awesome experience for me too. So I was really excited about that.
Yeah, I mean that's great. Really, because I'm in California as well. I'm in Pasadena, so to hear someone that shows up on TV actually being drafted in the draft night was something special for us as well, you know. And so what's it like for you when you first heard your name being called?
A lot of emotions. I think just even just being with the family at that time, and then being able to just see one of my dreams like come through. I think it was it was awesome. And I mean, I was really, really excited. And I was just really excited to be able to achieve my goal of being an NBA player. And I knew that on draft night, I was drafted, but there was still a long way to go. So I think it was more me being like excited to get to work.
Yes.
Did you expect OKC to draft you?
Actually, not at first. I think when the first round was going on, I thought I had a pretty good chance of being in the late first round, and I didn't really know what team it was going to be. There was definitely a few teams that were like, there's a good possibility, but then once the second round started, that's when we kind of knew like something with OKC could happen. And I remember at that time I was like, because I was always thinking about, okay, what team could it be? And when we were talking about OKC, I was like, yeah, I remember going there for like my draft workout, and I was like, it was awesome. Like I love the people, love the workout, and I was like if I end up there, that would be pretty cool. Like that would be pretty nice. But I'm not gonna say I was expecting it until like the second round actually started, and then that's when I was like, okay, there's a possibility. And when it happened, I was like, really excited.
Yeah. So what was your day one like, or what did you have any like I am an NBA player moment? Did you have one of that moments?
The first time right after the draft when we got to OKC to do like press conference and everything, I think that was the first time where I was like, we showed up to the hotel, and then there was like OKC fans that like were around and were like, "Oh, you're AJ, like we're so happy to have you." And I was like, "How do they even know? Like I'm the second round pick, and they're already like welcoming me." So I was like, that was pretty special. And then I think we went through summer league, but I think the first time that I was actually like, wow, this is real, is when we all showed up and we were like before training camp started playing like scrimmage with the whole team, and that's when I was like, yeah, everyone's there, this is real, and everyone's out here playing, and it's very competitive. So I was like, that was probably the first time I was like, yeah, this is the NBA.
Well, I mean, really happy for you. But when you say you were surprised, I'm not surprised because we do have followers. We have followers that live in OKC.
Okay.
when you were drafted. And so when we were talking about whoever got drafted, I was like, hey, Straper, what do you think? And he's like, AJ is smart. AJ is a smart player. He's going to be good. He knows how to do. He knows when to cut. He knows when to. Smart basketball player. I was like, oh, wow. So people were expecting you. People were expecting you. Well, that's great. And I think just like the poise thing that I was talking about earlier, I'm going from UCSB to Nababra to OKC, NBA level, right? It must be a huge transition. But you scored 12 points in your fourth NBA game. That's crazy. I've never thought. So do you remember what's it like? Your first game or your first breakout game?
I mean, I remember my first preseason game in San Antonio. I think it was like when we started warming up for that game, it really felt like it was like NBA 2K. Like we were warming up, like seeing the arena, seeing the play. Like I was really like I felt like I was in a video game. And I think there was a mix of like being nervous, but also being like excited to play. And it was a really good game. Like really got in there, and I think what really helped me was just having the team that already at that time had confidence in me, even as a young guy, to just go out there and play. And I think it was an awesome experience. And then I remember my first like regular season game. I think it was Chicago. If I'm well, Chicago was the first game I scored my first points.
Buckets.
And
Yeah.
so I remember that game for sure because I was like really anxious to score my first basket. And when it happened, I thought I missed, and that's it didn't. But they told me I made it, so it was a great feeling. But I mean, yeah, it was. I remember the first few games, and I was more excited than nervous, just because
Oh, okay.
I knew that like I was in the NBA, and I think it was just me being able to just have fun and enjoy that moment of being in the NBA, and then just trying to be the best player I can be with the opportunity the team was giving me. And I was really happy just to see that the team really believed in me. So it was an awesome feeling.
So the last sentence you said was very important. You say the team believed in you, and for real. I mean, you played 6 minutes in your first game against Denver, which is there's nothing, right? Like some rookies don't even get to play, which is fine, right? But starting from the second game and on, you're playing 15 minutes and above. 15, 20, 17 minutes and all that. So, did you know you're going to be a rotational player that fast?
I wouldn't say I knew, because I think in the NBA you never really know what can happen and what the rotation is
Right.
going to be. I think
Mm-hmm.
I had pretty good confidence of the work that I've put in, and I think I was more like going into the season. I wasn't expecting anything, but I was just like, I'm gonna put my head down, work hard, and do whatever I can to help this team win. And I think that really just helped me to stay focused on that, on helping the team win in any way I can. And I think having the team just believing in me and having coach just putting me out there, I think really helped me to just get better every time I was on the court. But I think it was an awesome experience to just be able to be on the court and being part of like the rotation. I think for me it was an awesome feeling, and really felt like I just had to keep working hard and keep getting better every day.
I mean, you have a very, very impressive resume for. I mean, 34 games, you averaged 6, 2, and 2 per 36 minutes. That's 14, 4, and 4, and 1.5 steals, and that is coming at 50% of field goal, 43% three, and 58% free throw. At 12.5 PER, 1.6 win share in just 16.5 minutes. That's almost unheard of for it's it, I can't believe that, not to say can't believe, but the success that you have to transition ease into the rotation. So how did the team prepare you to have all these coming at you and still being this efficient?
I think it all started in like training camp. I think we had a
Mm-hmm.
very, very competitive training camp. And I
Mm-hmm.
think the team, even in training camp, putting me in position to
Mm-hmm.
get better, to learn from like
Mm-hmm.
mistakes and letting me like out there and
Mm-hmm.
play. And I think it really just
Mm-hmm.
helped me to understand like how this team played. Because I think that
Mm-hmm.
was the most important thing was to really fit in that culture
Right.
that OKC has. And I think it was, I mean, like the teammates made it really easy. The coaching staff made it really
Mm-hmm.
easy to just really help me get into that and help me understand how we do things. And it was, yeah, it was pretty easy to pick up and to understand. And then once I kind of knew what it was just going out there and going out there and play, and do what I was supposed to do, help the team win, and and just try to get better every day. And then obviously having, I think, the trust of my teammates and the coaching staff really helped me to keep developing every single day.
I mean, your team, the OKC Thunder team, you guys have one of the best commodities amongst the team. I mean, you people always go do team interviews. Multiple players all at the same time. What's it like in the locker room? How do people just always being goofy around, having fun?
Yeah, most of the time we know when we get on the court, it's business and it's serious. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the whole team, we always do a good job at knowing when we're in the locker room, we're
Mm-hmm.
goofing around, we're laughing, and then
Mm-hmm.
once we get out of the locker room, it's like okay, like we're
Mm-hmm.
already focused. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a great balance, and it's awesome to be able to be part of a team that has so much fun, with
Yeah.
being with each other and being able to just spend time with each other. So I think it's a great feeling.
Do you have a locker room leader, like someone who, like an underground leader, locker room leader?
I think we have a few. I think there's no like
A few.
one leader, but I mean, Jalen Williams is always
Uh-huh.
always up there. I think Alex
Mm-hmm.
Caruso, like
Mm-hmm.
when especially like during games, like at halftime or stuff like that, he's always here to like talk to us and be able to bring the
Mm-hmm.
team together. But I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
think it's a little bit of everybody. Shay,
Mm-hmm.
Jalen, like
Mm-hmm.
everyone on the team really, we're so close that everyone is
Mm-hmm.
able to like say what they see on the court. And
Mm-hmm.
then when we're not playing and we're just in the locker room, like after practice, everyone's talking to everyone, and you can see
Mm-hmm.
like everyone's having conversations. So it's pretty cool to see.
What's the any rookie hazing that you went through or if you've gone through?
It hasn't been too bad.
Hasn't been too
Fortunately,
bad. That means they could do more.
we have
That means they could ask.
yeah, I know we have a team that's pretty cool. But I mean, it would be like just bring food on the plane, if some
Okay.
guys ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, put towels on the chairs before practice or stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's normal stuff, like basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty
So
cool.
no popcorn in your car or something.
No. We didn't get that. We didn't get that. I think if you do what you're supposed to do, you won't get all of that. But now, if you don't do it, you might. You might.
If you don't put towels, you could get worse, right? You're
Yeah.
saying. Oh, it's funny. No, but you talk about being remarkable thing. One of the most remarkable thing about this team is the number one defense, and it's not just this year; it's historical numbers. So I know you guys, deflect a lot, you communicate a lot, great rotation, play aggressive defense of that. But what from your eyes, from what you learned from the inside out, share with us what's the principle of your defense and how did you implement that? Because everyone wants to implement that, right? But not every team can do this.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with who we have on our team. I think our whole roster, one through everybody on the roster, is focused on defense. Everyone, and I think it starts when you have a leader like Shea that's out there and is a great defender, and he loves playing defense. And when you see him play defense, I think him as a leader, everyone else is like, we're in this with him too. I think it sends a message when your best player is a great defender. And then I think, I mean, our whole team, I think Alex Caruso, him, Lou, Kaysen, like we have a lot of great defender. Jalen Williams. So I mean, Hart. I mean, I could name every player, and every player wants to play defense and does it at a very high level. So I think it really, if you have that on your team, and everyone's really focused on that, it's. I'm not gonna say it's easy because it's. I mean, the NBA people are so talented. Defense is never easy, but it makes it easier to be able to play defense when everyone wants to.
I mean, it's incredible. Historical level defense. And it's not like, you're overwhelming people with like physical presence or thing. It's like, oh my God, what happened? And then, it's a fast break on the other end already. It's crazy. So on the flip side, well, you guys are leading the league in wins, so it's not a knock on you guys. But amongst the 10 losses, which is the fewest in the league, some of these losses came from teams against strong interior presence. Dallas, Cleveland, and Minnesota. So feel free to disagree, but would you say a big interior presence is a matchup issue for you guys?
I don't think so. I think we obviously had a lot of injuries throughout the year. I mean, Chet, who's like one of our main defensive guys, was out for a little bit. Hart was out for a little bit. So I think we had to adjust as a team during the year. Like we didn't have all our bigs at the same time. So I think it's definitely harder, obviously, when you don't have those guys out there. But I think we've done a really good job during that period to just adjust and being able to. Okay, we maybe don't have our rim protectors yet, but we can figure it out without them while they're out. And I think it's kind of a challenge for a team, but it's a challenge that helps us because we know that when they get back, we've been through it without them. And now that they're here, it's another addition that really helps the team. So I think for us is just trying to learn from every experience that we go through and try to get better every night. Every night we're gonna have nights where we might not be shooting great, but if we lock in on defense every single night and learn from every game, I think we'll be good.
I mean, it looks really good when you have both Chet and iHeart on the team in the lineup at the same time. It's crazy. You instill fear into your opponent. So you play 34 games, and do you have a favorite game so far? I mean, you do have your career highs, scoring 20, scoring different scores, even highs. But do you have a favorite game so far?
The Cup game, NBA Cup game at home against Dallas, I think was special. I think just the atmosphere and the fans. I mean, every night is special with our fans, but this night in particular, I could feel like it was really big, and I think
almost like a playoff game.
Yeah, it really felt like it, and I think
it was intense.
Having everyone was like really hyped, and I think it was a game that I always remember just how the fans were into it, and then obviously we treat every game the same, but when you have the fans that are that excited, it helps the team even more.
How about that game where you scored the basket on the wrong? Wait, no, you scored it on the right end.
You're the only one where knew where to score.
That was definitely one of the most confusing moments in my career because I was really like. I remember looking at the ref before we even started to play and being like, "Are we on the right side?" Nothing really happened. I got the ball, and then the whole way going to half court, I was looking, and the more I was like going to that like side, everyone was a little bit more confused. And then it kind of everyone stopped, and I was like, okay, something's definitely wrong. And I was like, yeah, the basket's on the other side. So I was like, I might as well just go. Who knows? Yeah, so it was a funny moment, but it was very confusing. It was funny.
When we talk about going to interview you to our members, and they're like, "Oh, the one who actually knew what happened in that game," I was like, "Yeah, that only person." Yeah, it must be something from Belgium. So I looked at your career high at 17 games versus Memphis, and it was a win. It was actually a blowout win. Not surprising, but what was it like to have a career game against? I mean, Memphis is no joke, one of the best teams in the league.
It was great.
What's it like for
It
you?
was a great feeling. I think my mom and my best friends were in town at that time. I think it was just special to have them there. And I mean, I think every time my mom is in town, it always brings something to me. So I was really excited and happy for her to be able to be at that game live and see that. And it was a great feeling. I think what really helped me too was just my teammates throughout the whole game, just believing in me and telling me like be aggressive, like every time you're out there. And yeah, it really helped me. So it was a great feeling.
So I mean, congrats! Really, that was one heck of a game. And you know, at the same in the same game, we talk about you coming from Belgium, inspired people in Belgium. There was a player playing for Memphis, also inspired an entire continent in Asia. You know, we're talking
Yeah.
about Yuki Kawamura. He actually scored 10 points in that game. You know, because most of our listeners are based in Asia. Well, talk about your impression of Yuki.
I mean, I think he's a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
I think it really doesn't matter like where you're from or like how you got there. I think it's really the game of basketball is universal, and I think if you're good at basketball, you know how to play the game. You can play at any level, and I think he proved it. And I mean, I've been watching him since he's been in the NBA, and I mean he's been doing
You pay attention to him as
he's
well,
been
not just
he's
us.
been doing awesome. And I think just for me, obviously it's a totally different situation, but he's from overseas too. He's from a whole other country, and I think him being able to inspire the people in his country, I think is very special.
Yeah. No, not just his country. The entire
Yeah,
continent of
yeah.
Asia was watching. And I mean, okay, previously before Jeremy Lin, we would think like, oh, it's hard for Asian players to play in there, apart from Yao Ming, right? Because I mean, but if you're not 7'6", then it's a different story. And then Jeremy Lin proves that okay, you can be 6'3" and play in the NBA. But then being Yuki is a whole different thing because he wasn't even born here, raised here, played here. He, you know, came through Japan, training system in Japan, came from Asia, played international basketball in Asia, and still showed up in the Olympics and then in the NBA. So that was truly an inspiration. So let's get back to yourself because you know we. So how would you? Because we get to see glimpses of you, but you know this is only your rookie season. We see you as an all-around player. You could shoot the three. You have very good fundamentals. You know when to drive, you know when to shoot. You could pass. You could rebound. You could do a little bit of everything. But we're getting a glimpse of your career. Do you have a player that you grew up watching, or do you have a player that you model yourself after?
I mean, growing up, obviously I was a LeBron fan. I knew I wasn't gonna be like him. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so it was just I just like the way he was always like one of the best players to ever play the game, but just him being
Mm-hmm.
able to just carry a whole team and being able to make everyone around him better, I think was always something that I looked up to. And then I think growing up, two players that I really liked was Mike Conley and
wow.
Chris Paul. Mike Conley obviously was a
Mhm.
left-handed player, and
Mhm.
then always really liked the way he played.
Mhm.
Remember him back in Memphis. Really liked him. And then Chris Paul
Wow.
just being like the point guard he is, and
Mhm.
being able to like direct a team, I think was always really
Right.
interesting. And then growing up, also like a little later was D'Angelo Russell. When he first got to,
Oh
I
wow.
was obviously a left-handed player, so I was like, I love every left-hand player, but him especially, I really liked. Even at when he was in college, but then when he got to the league too. So those were like the three guys that I really like watching.
So
So you
would you
like
say you model yourself more like a floor general versus like a big time
I
scorer?
don't. I was like, I think growing up, yeah, but I think I never really modeled my game after any player. I think I was just
Mhm.
more trying to get stuff from every player that I would watch.
Right.
And
Mhm.
then I think now, like, I think even before getting to here was like, okay, let me look at guys that are my size.
Mhm.
And like I was looking at, I think Derek White, I think is a very good example of
Ah, I
a
see.
two-way
Yeah.
player
Mhm.
that is very
Mhm.
competitive on both ends. Players like Andrew
Mhm.
Nemhard, guys like that
Mhm.
that can really play on both ends and make really smart decisions. I think are players that I
Mhm.
really look up to.
What's the next level of skill that you want to develop?
I think
Want to add to your
I think
game?
there's a lot. I
Mhm.
think after, I mean, when I got here, I was like, I
Mhm.
just want to get better every day. And after seeing it,
Mhm.
I think it's more about like I feel like I can take my game to a whole other level. And obviously
Mhm.
it takes time, but I'm really excited to just get better at everything.
Mhm.
I think just obviously getting stronger, getting
Mhm.
faster, but then I think on the court is just being more sharp on everything I do, and then
Mhm.
getting better at every little details that I can get better at. So I think
Mhm.
it's just that. I think trying to get my overall game at a much
Mhm.
higher level. So
Mhm.
yeah,
Everything, yeah.
yeah.
Every aspect of your game.
Everything I
You want to
can be,
shoot better. You want to drive better. You want to
everything I
defend
can get
better.
better at is what I really want to do. I think there's nothing in specific that I'm like, this is what I just want to get better at. I think it's my whole game that I want to expand and get better at.
All right. So that includes shooting with your right hand. Yeah.
Maybe not the
I was-
three. That'll for sure take a while. But at the rim for sure. At the rim.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
For
Okay. Well, let's relax a little bit. So we have a tradition in our 10 years during the show that our first timers on our show we play a game called 5 for 5 plus 1. And it's a game where we just give you two to choose from. Okay, essentially rapid fire.
okay.
Okay, it's a rapid fire game. So if I say blue or white, right, the jersey color, and you just pick one,
Okay.
you don't worry about. So and it will go to order for like more general to like very specific.
Gotcha.
Anyway, the goal is for you to struggle. Okay, so don't take it offensively. Don't take it personal. It's just
Okay.
fun. Okay. All right.
Okay. So first question is Liege waffle or Edgecraft barbecue?
Whew. I gotta go with waffle. I gotta go with the waffle. I have to.
17 years beats 1 year, right? But yeah, but tell people about Edgecraft.
I mean, probably one, maybe not, maybe the best barbecue I've had. So it's definitely tough. It's just as a Belgian
As
guy,
a Belgian,
I
you still had to stay
have
home.
to do waffle.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite topping on your waffle?
Honestly, if it's a Liège waffle, I don't need any toppings.
Oh,
Waffle by
really?
itself
Really?
is just perfect.
That is amazing. That's amazing. All right, then this one is a given. All right, I was gonna say Anne's versus Santa Barbara, but Anne's is hometown.
That is tough. I mean, if we're talking location, there's no questions at Santa Barbara.
Okay.
But I grew up in all, so that's my heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll say Santa Barbara. I'll say Santa Barbara just
Oh, your hometown. Your hometown buddies
just because of the
listening.
location, but
Okay.
everything else it's awesome. But
Okay.
ISOing against Lou Dort or ISOing against SGA?
they're both guarding me.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to pick one. Yeah, you have to pick one. Who would you rather?
Who would I rather guard or have guard me?
Guard you.
Oh, I don't want Lou to guard me. I don't want Lou to guard me. I'd say SGA for that one. I don't want Lou to guard me.
You don't want Lou to guard you. It'll give you bruises. Okay. So this question was supposed to be iHeart versus Chat, but you say everything's lefty, so I would suppose it's iHeart. So I would just go with the other question. Now, this is a question that we ask a lot, and we think about this a lot. Would you rather be a 20 per game scorer or a 4 steal, 2 blocks per game player?
If I'm being totally honest, 20 point scorer.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I love playing defense, but I'd pick 20 points for sure.
So even when you don't want to play against Lou Dort, you still want to score 20 points.
Yeah.
Okay, 5-time All-Star or 1-time NBA champ?
Ooh, man. Oh, honestly, I'd probably say 1-time NBA champ. I always grew up watching the finals, and I think just one day being able to say I'm an NBA champion would be something that's totally different. Obviously, being an all-star is awesome, but I think being a champion would be crazy.
Yeah. You guys might have it this year. This is okay. We have been running the slogan on our show as OKC 总冠军, which means OKC the champ, for more than 2 years, because we see it coming. We've seen it coming. So we're just seeing if our profit from 2 years ago will hold true this year. So last question, we call it the plus one, and it's a special question. It's like who is the GOAT type of question. So here we go. It's LeBron James or Barry Mitchell.
Oh, man. If Barry Mitchell watches that, he'll probably get upset because he probably thinks he is the GOAT. No, I'm not giving him the GOAT. LeBron.
So it's LeBron, yeah? Yeah. No, this question used to be, it's almost always be Michael Jordan or LeBron James, but you're from a whole different generation, right? You probably did not grow up watching Michael Jordan. So I think it would only be fair to lift your dad up.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, though, do you think you would have this? I mean, do you think you would have made the NBA if you had grown up in the US?
That's a tough question. I think you never really know. I think it's really unique the way I got there, and I think the biggest part, or the biggest reason, I think is God, and I always believe that God had a plan for me. I think it's hard to say what would have happened if I grew up in the US. I think it wouldn't have changed for me. I would always want to be an NBA player, but I think the path and everything I went through, I think was kind of written.
Yeah. No, it's so real because a lot of people would think that growing up not coming from the US is a disadvantage of becoming a basketball player. But look at all these European players and even Asian basketball players coming to the league, and we could clearly see, the European cultural basketball cultural
Mhm.
influence in your game. So I think that's what makes you special as well. So I've thought about this question
Mhm.
for a bit. So well, AJ, thank you so much for your time. It's been fun talking to you. It's been almost an hour. Can you believe
No,
that?
it was great.
It,
Great talking.
it was great. Is there anything that you would like to share that we didn't talk about today before we
Um,
end?
I mean, I think something I think that I realized and that I shared with a lot of people around me, and I think it also helped them
Hmm.
like realize, I think, is something that really kept me grounded and humble and really
Hmm.
helped me, like I said earlier, was like God. And I think
Hmm.
when I made it to the NBA, I had kind of this idea of like, once I make it, I'll be happy because I'm in the NBA.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I think once I made it and realized that that wasn't what was making happy. Obviously, I was really happy being in this position,
Hmm.
but I kind
Hmm.
of realized with time that it wasn't only about making it to the NBA or being an NBA player, and that my life had like a purpose. And I think understanding that what really is important to me is like my relationship with God, being able to rely
Hmm.
on Him in every situation. Because
Right.
even when I'm like in the NBA and I'm happy, I think there's still a lot of challenges and a lot of times
Hmm.
where you're like mentally it's hard, you go through stuff, and I think so. I
Hmm.
think God really helped me to like realize what was really important to me, and
Hmm.
I think it really helped me to also kind of enjoy every single moment. I think like and
Hmm.
with now being injured, I think if I didn't really have God or like didn't have that realization, I think maybe I would be like depressed or I would be like
Hmm.
in a different mindset. So I think that's something that I shared and realized, and I think that is important too. Just to have something to rely on, and for me to have God just guide me through everything.
Hmm.
And I think it
Hmm.
even made me happier to just enjoy being in the NBA, enjoy the
Hmm.
struggle, enjoy like
Hmm.
the family being around. So I think it really, really helped me to just realize that it's not the NBA that was gonna make me
Hmm.
happy, but it's like
Hmm.
just God being with me and helping me through everything. So I think that was something that I always thought was pretty dope.
No, thank you for sharing that. No, God shows His glory and His grace through our hardest times. And our our Asian model, Indian model, Jeremy Lin talks about how God accompanied him through some of the darkest time because every time he said that every time he thought he was having a break, finally breaking through, something would happen. When he was finally given the starter role, he broke his patella tendon, essentially the career-ending injury. But God is there. There's a lot of things that we could not understand, but having faith to be there to know that He's in control, and everything that did not make sense is because we don't understand His plan yet.
Mhm.
But with faith, with His guidance, one day we'll be able to understand, and to understand His love, His grace is unconditional, and is always there with us.
Yeah.
um Adrian, thank you so much for your time here. I mean, this is, like I said, this is the historical moment for our show, and we've
Thank
been,
you guys for having me. It was really fun.
yeah, and we look forward to you coming back from your injury, bounce higher than where you are, and shine through with God's glory in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much. Yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, 小人物上篮, here is our very first NBA player on our show, Ajay Mitchell. Best luck and best wishes to you.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you.